Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. सभी लोग बोलिए। Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, बोलिए बोलिए। Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, oh Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, बोलिए बोलिए। Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govinda
Antarangam Kandar Bhako Vikamaniya Vishesha Shobha
Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Jami
Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Angani Yasa Sakalen Priya Priti Manti Vasyanti Bhakti Kayanti Ananda Chinmaya Sadhu Jala Vigrahasya
Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Jami
Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami 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 Govindam Adi
Sham Sundaradhe Jaya Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Jaya Krishna Balaram Nita go Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 प्रभुपाद। श्रील प्रभुपाद की। श्री गुरु चरण पद्मा केवल भगते सद्मा। श्री गुरु चरण पद्मा केवल भगते सद्मा। बंद मोये सावधान मते बंद मोये सावधान मते। यहर प्रसाद भाई ए भवतरिया जा। यहर यहर प्रसाद भाई ए भवतरिया जा। यहर कृष्ण प्रते है जहाँ होते। कृष्ण प्रति है जहाँ होते। आ जहाँ गुरुमुख पद्मावक चित्त करे आय क्या। गुरुमुख पद्मावक चित्त करे आय क्या। तारण करे मन आशा रिह मन श्री गुरु चरण रति यही से उत्तम गते। ये प्रसाद पुर सर्व आशा। ये प्रसाद पुर सर्व आशा। पुर सर्व ये गुरु चक्षुदान दिला जय जन्म जन्म प्रभु से। अब बताइए दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशता। दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशता। प्रेम भक्ति जाते अविद्या विनाश जाते वेद गाया जहर चरिता जहर चरे वेद गाया जहर चरिता जहर चरे श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु अधम जनार बंधु श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु अधम जनार बंधु लोकनाथ लोकेरा जीवन लोकनाथ लोकनाथ लोकेरा जीवन प्रभु करो दया देह मोर पद छाया प्रभु करो दया देह मोर पद छाया प्रभु करो दया यद घुसु त्रिभुवन घुसु त्रिभुवन जय प्रभु पदा प्रभु पदा प्रभु पदा जय प्रभु पदा प्रभुपाद 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 पाद प्रभुपाद 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 नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण प्रसाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिते नामिने नमः विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण प्रसाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिते नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पश्चात देश तारिणे नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पश्चात देश श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद से कृष्ण भक्त गाना है भक्त गाते हैं भक्त गाते हैं श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद से कृष्ण हरे कृष्णा Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna बताइएगा आप बताइएगा Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Ram Ram Ram
Jaya Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunja Bihari, Jaya
Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Janavalabha Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Girivaradhari Janavalabha Girivaradhari Jaya Yashodanandana Jaya Braja Janaranjana Jaya Braja Janaranjana Danandana Jaya Braja Janaranjana Jamuna Tiravana Chari Jaya Kunja Bihari Jamuna Tiravana Chari Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Jamuna Tiravana Chari Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Janavalabha Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Girivaradhari Girivaradhari Jaya Yashodanandana Jaya Braja Jana Ranjana Jaya Braja Jana Ranjana Jaya Jamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Kunja Bihari. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Gaura Nitai, Jaya Krishna Balaram, Lalita Vishaka, Jaya Radhesha. Jai Gaura Nitai, Krishna Balaram, Lalita Vishaka, Jaya Radhesha. Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanandi Hari Hari Bol. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityanam Narang Chaiva Narottama Deving Saraswating Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Nasta Preshu Abhadreshu Nityang Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatam Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki. Reading Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 11, The Childhood Pastimes of Krishna, Text 44 and 45. So I'll do 44, and then we'll do 45 together. Tang Viksha Vishmita Bala Shashangsu Sadhu Sadviti Devascha Parisantushta Babhuvu Pushpa Varshanam. Upon seeing the dead body of the demon, all the cowherd boys exclaimed, "Well done, Krishna! Very good, very good. Thank you." In the upper planetary system, all the demigods were pleased, and therefore they showered flowers on the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Together. Upon seeing the dead body of the demon, all the cowherd boys exclaimed, "Well done, Krishna! Very good, very good. Thank you." In the upper planetary system, all the demigods were pleased, and therefore they showered flowers on the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Gives you a better vision when you repeat it, huh? Verse 45. To vatsa palako bhutva sarvalokaika palako sapratar ashok govatsangsh charayanto vacheratu to vatsa palako bhutva sarvalokaika palako sapratar asho govatsangsh charayanto vicheratu to vatsa palako bhutva sarvalokaika palako sapratar asho govatsangsh charayanto vicheratu. Matajis? Tao, Krishna and Balaram, Vatsa Palako, as if taking care of the calves. Bhutva, so becoming. Sarvaloka Eka Palako, although they are the maintainers of all living beings throughout the whole universe. Saprata Asho, finishing breakfast in the morning. Govatsan, all the calves. Charayanto, tending. Vichedatu, wandering here and there. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki. After the killing of the demons, Krishna and Balaram finished their breakfast in the morning. And while continuing to take care of the calves, they wandered here and there. Krishna and Balaram, the Supreme Personalities of Godhead, who maintained the entire creation, now took charge of the calves as if cowherd boys. Please repeat. After the killing of the demons, after the killing of the demon, Krishna and Balaram finished their breakfast in the morning, and while continuing to take care of the calves, they wandered here and there. Krishna and Balaram, the Supreme Personalities of Godhead, who maintained the entire creation, now took charge of the calves as if cowherd boys. Srila Prabhupada's purport. Paritranaya sadhunang vinashaya cha dushkritam. Krishna's daily business here in this material world was to kill the dushkritis. This did not hamper his daily affairs, for it was routine work. While he tended the calves on the bank of the river Jamuna, 2 or 3 incidents took place every day. And although these were serious, killing the demons one after another appeared to be his daily routine work. Om Agyana Timarandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Jaina Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitang Jaina Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Namaom Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti-Vedanta Swaminiti Namane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pacharane Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschacha Deshatarane Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So we're very fortunate to be hearing from Parikshit Maharaj and Shukadev Goswami, 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Not only are we hearing about the personal pastimes of the Supreme Lord Krishna, Balaram, but we can know that they were here in Vrindavan Dham performing these transcendental activities. And we heard about Kamsa and his atrocities, being fearful of being killed by Krishna, so causing so much trouble with all his demon friends. And now that Krishna is with Mother Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj, and they're growing like ordinary children, but everyone in Vrindavan is enchanted by them. The older gopis, we heard how even after the twin Arjun trees, Jamala Arjun trees, everyone was bewildered. How did such a thing happen? These huge trees could have killed and crushed somebody. Lord Hari is always protecting Krishna. Even though Krishna is exhibiting his mystic powers, still the inhabitants of Vrindavan, they're in such a mood of love and so much enamored by Krishna and Balaram that they think, oh, he's just being protected by the gods. Just like Garga Muni predicted, this would be a great child, but many demons will come to disturb his pastimes. So, like seeing the future, everything came to pass, how Krishna, the demons are coming. But after this Arjun trees, Jamala Arjun trees were that episode, the elderly gopis took Krishna and Balaram and they sang songs, and Krishna and Balaram would dance, and they would treat them in such loving ways. So we're hearing how every day something was happening, killing the dushkritinas. There are many demonic persons actually, even now in this world. We may not see them, only in the movies, the fierce teeth and the demonic nature and wanting to destroy and kick out religious principles and think that the devil and the demons, that God is afraid of them in some way. But Krishna, as a little boy, he's Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha, eternal, ever-existing, undying. And although appearing as a small child, from him, from his expansions, come innumerable universes. Even Mahavishnu, Lord Brahma is offering prayers. Lord Shiva is offering prayers. Mother Durga is circumambulating Krishna. Lord Indra is offering prayers. And all the demigods are subservient. You can see that they're watching everything, the demigods. And whenever a demon is killed, the cowherd boys are also glorifying Krishna and Balaram. Well done, very good. Whether it's getting some fruits from some rare trees in Vrindavan, and or drinking the Jamuna water, and Kaliya serpent is there. I think after this comes Bakasura, and Baka was feeling really agitated because Putana was his older sister, and Trinavarta was also his brother, so he thought, Kamsa encouraged him that you go and you kill this Krishna. He's sending one demon after another. So we'll hear how Bakasura was huge, and he opened his mouth so wide it looked like entering a cave. But all the cowherd boys, they were thinking, is this some demon? It doesn't matter, Krishna will protect us. They're feeling fully protected by Krishna, no anxiety, no fear. And even though they entered the mouth, it said Krishna was a little bit bewildered. What to do now? Krishna is never bewildered, but he has pastimes it's not like he's a robotic supreme lord. He knows everything. It's very dry and boring. It's actually, he interrelates with his devotees. He understands everything that's happening, but then he also entered, but then he showed it by his unlimited strength. He bifurcated or broke apart the beak of Bakasura, and it said his beak stayed open for a whole year, and that pastime is coming as well. So these are incredible stories. They may appear to sophisticated philosophers and historians as some mythology. These Hindus have some very wild imagination. If you read the Bhagavatam, the Virat Rupa, the unlimited faces and unlimited power of the Lord. But this is to be expected, that when you think of the Supreme Creator, God, He is the most powerful. He's the most beautiful, the wealthiest, the most renounced, most famous. He has all attributes, and He has all the good qualities. Just like He expands Himself as Srimati Radharani, as Balaram. All the demigods are also expansions, but they have functional uses because they have to maintain the universe and make sure that all the planets are revolving accordingly. The sun is shining out of fear of God. The rains are coming, Lord Indra. Everything. Mayadhyakshena prakriti suyate sacharacharam. Krishna said this material nature is working under my direction. It's not like the Darwinian and the scientists believe that after a long, long time, finally some cells came about and they grew into fish and frogs and then mammals and then became monkeys, and then from monkeys human beings came. This is someone's complete speculation, and actually there's no scientific or historical proof of any sort. Whereas the Vedic literature is telling when Lord Matsya, the fish, would appear, when Lord Kurma, the tortoise, would appear, what is the purposes. The demons and devotees are always in battles. We hear how Bali Maharaj became empowered, and they took over the heavenly planets, and all the demigods were hiding. But then, as it goes on, Indra was empowered by the bones of Didichi because Vritrasura came. So these are all historical, how the Lord is always protecting the devotees. Whenever there's any calamities, they would pray to Vishnu, Shirodakshay Vishnu, and the Milk Ocean for their protection. And Krishna, He comes, 4 arms, 8 arms, with His transcendental weapons on Garuda, and He speaks in such a way for the protection and guidance of the devotees. The whole Bhagavad-Gita, the teaching of the Gita, is to wake us up to the idea that we're not the body, we're identifying simply with the body. This is my mother, my father, my nationality, these are my people, this is my country, this is, we're earthlings, forget about Mars, those people, no, Earth is very special, yes. So the bodily concept is very prevalent, very, very strong. But when Krishna comes and speaks Bhagavad-Gita, displays His transcendental childhood, lovely pastimes, now Kartik is coming, and everyone is very anxious to come and see little Krishna bound by Mother Yashoda's love. Everyone wants to offer a lamp in prayer to the Lord, because this is a servant's mentality. Neutrality may be there. The Gyanis, the mystics, the yogis, they want to merge into the Brahman, the transcendence. And the mystic yogis, they want to have these powers to control and enjoy this world in a very elevated way. But when one realizes that there's no happiness in acquiring all the riches of the world or in merging into the effulgence of the Lord, although that bliss is much more than any mundane material happiness. One has a awe and veneration for the Lord. Prayers are there, but also we want to come to the point of servitude. The first stages of becoming a devotee is servant, because Krishna has his very intimate servants, say Raktak and so many other of the cowherd boys. Every morning when Krishna and Balaram would get up, they'd be very enthusiastic, very happy. And with their thousands and thousands of cowherd boys, they would take their calves. And every boy was very conscious of their particular calves, that they're taking care of them. They call them by name. It's not that, oh, we have so many thousands of cows. They count them. They want to make sure. They count by the colors, by the different shapes. Krishna's calling them, and immediately their ears are perked up and their tails are up and they come running. We've heard the last few days some wonderful classes how we're all actually subservient to Go Mata, Go Brahmanya Devaya, Go Brahmane Hitaya Cha. This is the whole Goloka Vrindavan, the spiritual kingdom. And Krishna, he's in love with the cows. You see, Krishna's embracing the cows. And every day, the inhabitants of Vrindavan, especially the gopis, are waiting on the rooftops in anticipation. Krishna and Balaram are coming back from herding the calves and cows. You can see the dust, oh, he's coming, so get everything ready. Mother Yashoda is instructing all the intimate associates of Krishna and Balaram to prepare for the bath and for the clothes and the betel nut and the different services which are being rendered. One might wonder how Krishna in the spiritual kingdom is served by hundreds of thousands of millions of goddesses of fortune. How much service can be there? But Krishna's unlimited. His servants are unlimited. And the variety of flavors, there's some, in America, some ice creams, 18 flavors, 26 flavors. But Krishna has unlimited flavors because each and every person is unique. Yeyata mang prapajate tangs tataiva bhajam yaham. As we want to associate with Krishna, as we want to reciprocate with Krishna, we may not know that now, what we want or how we want, because we're on such a preliminary stage of a cleansing. But as we follow this sadhana bhakti, this Vaidhi bhakti, as given by Rupa Goswami and Srila Prabhupada, strictly following the orders of the spiritual master, that is described that one who's serious, he's very diligent and very rigid in the performance of his duties. That he's feeling anxiety. He knows, these are my responsibilities. And he carries them out very faithfully with determination and enthusiasm. This is Rupa Goswami's first instructions, Utsahan, Nishchayat Daryat Tat Tat Karma Pavartanat. Enthusiasm, determination, and patience. So the more we hear about Krishna, getting up with all the cowherd boys, the love of Mother Yashoda, when they were out playing with all the boys, we see how the boys, when they're playing, they don't want to hear from mom and dad, come home. No, we're having so much fun. But then Mother Yashoda and Rohini are saying, but Nanda Maharaj is waiting. So okay, they start coming back, and all the boys say, look, just when we're ready at the summit of our play, Krishna and Balaram are leaving. Next time we're not going to play with them. So they change their mind to go back and play with the boys some more. But Mother Yashoda and Rohini said, look how nicely dressed they are. They're taking care of you. You're not just some street boys. Come home. Nanda Maharaj is waiting to take his lunch. So these may appear, oh, how is God a small child? How he's playing in such a mystical way? Even we're going to see how Lord Brahma, the great creator of this, all the living entities really within this world, empowered by Krishna, but Lord Brahma, very powerful, creating all the different demigods, and the Lord enlightened him through the heart. Tene Brahma Hrida Adhikavaye Muyanti Yat Suryaha. The Lord comes, paritranaya sadhunang vinashaya chadushkritam, to reestablish religious principles from the beginning of the manifestation of this universe and all the unlimited planets, all the living entities who somehow or other were envious to some extent, or jealousy seeped in somehow, and we had a desire separate from ultimate, unlimited, unconditional service to Krishna in a loving relationship. That's just another feature. Krishna is very, very loving and liberal. You don't force someone to love you. Love means it's a voluntary, natural expression. And so Krishna, not only does he create, well, Goloka Vrindavan's always existed. The Vaikuntha planet's always existed. We've always existed. Krishna's always existed. In this material creation, has always been manifest. It stays for billions and trillions of years. There's dissolution. And again, we're in the back of the body of Mahavishnu. And there's many, many different levels of advancement in life. So many different religious principles. Simplistically, by being a religious, God-loving person, you can go back home to the kingdom of God. But it's not easy. Devotional service takes work, like anything. No one becomes successful in this world without focused attention, sacrifice, endeavor. Isn't it? If you want to be a good dancer, you have to rehearse. Good musician, you have to rehearse. Practice makes perfect. So you want to become a lover of Krishna. You want to be a submissive devotee and feel enlivened by the Vaishnavas. Even though we may not feel, we should practice it. Because these attributes, Krishna has, 64 transcendental qualities. And all of them are so sublime. Truthfulness, cleanliness, mercy, so many beautiful, being able to attract unlimited living entities, bewilder people by playing his flute, giving protection. So Krishna, he's mercifully manifesting himself in the form of the deities, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Lord Nityananda, Krishna Balaram, Lalita Vishaka, Radha Shama Sundar. And Srila Prabhupada, it's not that he just stayed here relishing Sri Vrindavan Dham at Radha Damodar Temple, being in the shade of Rupa Goswami and Jiva Goswami's samadhi there, feeling transcendental happiness. But that order of his spiritual master, the compassion that a pure devotee feels, that he underwent extreme austerity, extreme risk, personal risk. We heard how Sumati Murarji, all her officers and people at the office thought this old man's just going to die on the boat, They're thinking only in that way, but Prabhupada dismissed it in a very, he felt the shade and protection of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati. He felt the encouragement and the rejuvenation by reading the Chaitanya Charitamrita. And Krishna personally, isn't it? Srila Prabhupada when he arrived, was expressing his feeling that I want to be with the other cowherd boys running in love and in Braj, and with my friend Krishna, Balaram. So we can speculate in many ways, but we all have an intimate relationship. It's covered over, and Srila Prabhupada crossed the ocean and preached tirelessly to bring people to relieve them of their suffering and anxiety. Isn't it? Usually a person who's suffering anxiety, you come, okay, I'll give you shelter and protection. But no, he went out to save the fallen conditioned souls. When he would see the symptoms of Kali Yuga. They would see people lost in the illusion of the temporary pursuits of happiness in this world, that Harinam, Harinama, Harinama eva kevalam, Kalu anasteva, nasteva, nasteva gatiranyata. The holy name has descended from the spiritual kingdom, and when the cowherd boys and the inhabitants of Vrindavan were chanting and singing, these are holy names of Krishna. Mother Yashoda had so many mantras of Krishna's name for protecting Krishna in the front, the back, from all sides, from all dangers. Mother's very careful, especially for an innocent small child, to give full protection. So Krishna, he appeared that way in order to increase that love of Nanda Yashoda, increase the love of the elderly gopis. And as he's growing, his friends, his cowherd friends, and as he gets older, the gopis and the love that he has there, which is exhibited in the spiritual kingdom, but it's mistaken for lust, because mundaners, all they've read is the sex literatures and the mundane pursuit of happiness centered around the bodily gratification of sex. Whereas in the spiritual kingdom, or on a spiritual realm, the happiness is a constant expression of feeling of bliss. When the gopis are happy, Krishna is so happy, and Krishna becomes even more brilliant. And the gopis see, oh, Krishna's happy, they become more happy. It goes back and forth. It never ends. The happiness never ends. So we should understand that we have the real treasure in the form of Srimad Bhagavatam. It could be the greatest treasure covered over. People are looking for happiness everywhere else, but it's right there in the heart. And Lord Chaitanya is teaching us how to cleanse the heart by chanting Krishna's holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. You're calling out in prayer to Srimati Radharani, please engage me in Krishna's service. She's Krishna's most beloved servant. She's Krishna's most powerful Shakti, Hladini Shakti. When the Lord wants to enjoy, he expands his Hladini Shakti in the form of Srimati Radharani. And she's non-different than Krishna. She's one with Krishna. So Srimati Radharani is bringing more happiness to Krishna, and Krishna is bringing more happiness to Srimati Radharani. And this loving exchange that everyone's looking for in this material world, but cannot be found, water cannot be found in the desert. So people are misguided by philosophers, by theologians, by so-called leaders who have no clue what is the purpose and goal of life. You ask me, what is the purpose and goal of life? To be rich, to be happy. And how are you happy? Big car, nice watch, nice wife and many children, big house, and lots of money. This is their so-called happiness. But it's all finished very quickly. Time is not waiting for anyone. My husband, my wife will be finished. My children, my grandchildren will be finished. That beautiful house will be destroyed. The bank balance will be distributed amongst the government, taxation, or others to be plundered and misused in this world for creating more bad karma. So all the activities that are performed in this world are connected to the karma, whether pious or impious. It's all, the reactions have to come. But one who surrenders to Krishna, he's relieved of his obligations. But we shouldn't take it cheaply. Oh, I'm surrendered to Krishna, so that means I'm free of all karma. I'm good to go. It's not quite like that. Krishna is smart, much smarter, much more clever than we are. And he sees, he's in our heart. He understands what we really want. If we really want to surrender, or maybe we're here because we think that we can get some advantage. This Krishna consciousness has a lot of facilities. If I join the Krishna consciousness movement, I'll also have some facility to also be more successful in life. Yes, that facility means that we nadanang, najanang, nasundaring, kavitang, vajagadisha kamaye. The cowherd boys were not interested in their own comfort. They were interested in giving pleasure to Krishna. The gopis were not interested in their own satisfaction. They transgressed the Vedic rules and regulations, the chastisements of their family, their mother and father, their husbands, in order to please Krishna. Krishna said, this is not right, you go home. Gopis didn't like that idea. They thought, no, how you can do like that? You have to, we're here to serve you and to love you. So Krishna, he's testing us. Every day we have a test, just like the demons of lust, the demons of envy, the demons of anger and jealousy. It says that these plunderers, we've served them through our whole lives. The mind's dictations of lust, how to satisfy this desire. Oh, this person's causing me a difficult time. I'm angry, I'm jealous. He's so much more competent than me. He's so much more fortunate. So this unfortunate envy, jealousy, and anger is part of the makeup of this material body. Due to our wanting to enjoy in this world, we're creating so many complexities. And even though we've served the senses and the mind repeatedly, life after life after life, in every different form, from the great demigods to the little ants or microbes that are squirming around. Sometimes you look, there's these tiny, tiny little ants or bugs and creatures. Krishna just amazingly provides so many varieties of so-called happiness and enjoyment experiences. They go to these theme parks. They want to be scared. They go on these roller coasters, and then you go into a tunnel, and monsters come out at you. And there's a certain thrill. The horror films are very popular, isn't it? I don't know if you've ever seen, but the idea of being scared or thrilled or anticipating what's going to happen next. So all this is Krishna's arrangement for us to get free, that I'm tired of serving this ungrateful mind. I'm tired of serving these relentlessly obnoxious senses which force me to not surrender to Krishna, to not want to chant the holy name of the Lord, to not want to hear. Sometimes we might feel that, go and listen again, philosophy, and we're not the body, we're spirit, soul, Krishna's great, and we're insignificant. But it's actually relishable for those who are developing that taste for Krishna consciousness. Not saying that, I must be advancing a great devotee because I like to hear Krishna Leela. That's good. We should continue listening to Krishna Leela. But we should also, and most importantly, surrender to the Brijabasi, to the pure devotee, the inhabitant of Vrindavan. And who is that? That's Srila Prabhupada. He's here. He's representing the Goswamis, representing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, empowered by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that Lord Chaitanya spread this Krishna consciousness throughout India, empowered the Goswamis, empowered Srila Bhakti Siddhanta, who empowered Srila Prabhupada to carry out the mission. Bharata Bhumite Hoila Manusha Janma Jar Janma Sartaka Korikara Parupakar. That doing humanitarian work, people are very happy. Yes, I'm an altruist, I'm a philanthropist, I'm a good person, I open hospitals, I feed people meat, they're all strong and healthy. But unless you're guided by the Guru Parampara, the Acharyas, the bona fide Sampradayas, we're in the Brahma, Gaudiya Vaishnav Sampradaya. We're in Srila Prabhupada's Sampradaya. So we follow Prabhupada's instructions carefully. We don't try to manipulate or adjust them. Someone said, oh, once you become acharya, you can kind of change the rules. Prabhupada said most of the Vaishnava acharyas would chant 108 rounds. Okay, there was a concession to 64 rounds. You're in Maya. But one look at the West, they said, okay, 16 rounds, but no less. You should, all day you can chant. We're not limiting, but minimum, take this is the minimum medicine. So we're very unfortunate in Kali Yuga. We're very slow in spiritual advancement. We're very easily irritated and agitated, ready for a good fight. And we're very critical. So to develop Trinadapi, Sunichena, Tarodapi, Sahishnuna, Amanina, Amanadena, Kirtaniya, Sadahari, you want to chant, you want to appreciate and hear the Krishna's pastimes, then we have to develop these qualities of humility and tolerance like a tree, and ready to offer respects to others. So it's a big job, difficult, because we're conditioned to be number one. You know, everybody wants to be number one. They go to the Olympics, get that gold medal, number one dad, number one mom, the most wealthiest person, the most famous person. But that's all Krishna. Krishna already has that post. He's the most famous, the wealthiest, the most renounced, the most powerful, isn't it? So we have the real essence of life, which is Srimad Bhagavatam. We have to regularly, daily, nityang Bhagavata Sevaya, because we're so slow. 10 minutes from now, we will forget everything. That's our nature. So we have to constantly hear the holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So we're praying to the Brijabasi, Srimati Radharani, all the cowherd boys, all the gopis, all the Vaishnavas, that you please pick me up from this ocean of repeated birth and death and suffering, and engage me as one of your servants. Devotional service is not easy. It's difficult. Krishna will give you anything else, but devotional service, we have to be qualified and really eager to have it. So time was not waiting for me. It looks like the time is finished. So if anyone has any questions or comments, I also want to thank everyone for their enthusiastic participation in Radhastami, the beauty of the deities and how many dresses and flower garlands, and devotees are so enlivened and ecstatic to see that. That's Krishna's intention.
Hare Krishna. Prabhu, hearing so much nice pastimes of the Lord, and we see that why do not we have tolerance, and why don't we tolerate the things which are happening to us?
So hearing all this wonderful attributes of the Lord, why we don't tolerate all the stumbling blocks and things which are keeping us chained. It's our own ultimate desire. It's not easy to control the mind because of bad habits and long time conditioning. You know, because of being conditioned in this material world, it's very, very difficult to extricate or remove ourselves from this entanglement. But the patience is required. If we take the doctor's prescription carefully, the right doses of medicine of Harinam and Harikatha, and if we're actually following the prohibitory things which are prohibited to engage in, then gradually the cloud of ignorance will disperse and sunlight will come in. But if we're expecting to be healthy and enlivened by Krishna, but we don't follow Krishna's instructions or Guru's instructions and surrender, then it'll take quite some time. Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you for the wonderful lecture. My question is, like you said, Krishna has to fight so many demons. And in Kali Yuga also there are so many demons right now, especially the politics, the government, and the way things are going on right now, it is very difficult. So what is it? Is it that we should be completely dependent on Krishna and tolerate what is going on, or we should fight or raise our voice? Especially in our country, the corruption level is increasing so much. It is difficult to face.
So the demonic forces are still acting now. Should we tolerate or should we act? Kali Yuga will progress, and as long as we're in this material world, the difficulties and challenges will always be there, the demonic factor. If we're following very strictly, Krishna within the heart will give us the guidance and intelligence that maybe there will come a time when some God-conscious personalities do get in a government. But Kali Yuga, there's all this turmoil and ignorance which will always cause suffering and pain. So there's no lack of anything in this world other than Krishna consciousness. So we'll know by as the indications are there. We're all working together. We're all worshiping Krishna together, hearing and chanting. Sometimes we get obstacles. Governments may not allow us to distribute Bhagavad-Gita or may put us in jail because we're on the streets giving these transcendental literatures. Sometimes devotees are even beaten. All the Sankirtan devotees have so many stories of police harassing them and, rules and regulations. But all this is going to test our determination, our enthusiasm, and our faith that Krishna will ultimately give us protection. Krishna's protecting all of us. So we'll see how to move forward. Krishna will indicate. Now we see our International Society for Krishna Consciousness is spreading throughout the world. Some places it may seem to be less, but other places it's more. And there will come a time, next 10,000 years is Lord Chaitanya's golden era, Srila Prabhupada's, the world Acharya, the Jagat Guru, Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad-Gita, and the Holy Name will guide us and will prevail. We'll have intelligence how to deal with it. Right now we're just a little bit immature.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, one more question here. Microphone.
Very nice class you've given. Very nice information you've got. Even in Srimad Bhagavatam it says this, Kaler dose nidhe rajan asti ek mahan guna kirtanat eva krishnasya mukta sangha parambara. Everything will be taken care of if you chant very nicely without any fault or without any offenses. Definitely you progress in this material world. You progress in the devotional service of the Supreme Personality of God. That is we have learned from Srimad Bhagavatam. So we have to follow. That is what you said. That is what ultimately we have to chant the holy name of the Lord to get rid of this material world. Thank you very much.
We may not be chanting purely like Ajamil. He was calling out Narayan for his son. So it wasn't like pure chanting, and it wasn't even referring to the Supreme Lord himself directly. But the power of the holy name has such a cleansing process that Ajamil was awakened by the presence of the Vishnu Dutas and the Yamadutas and understood, oh, I've wasted my life. Then he had the opportunity to seriously apply himself. So we may be chanting, and it may not be perfect, and maybe some discrepancies, some offenses, but just keep chanting and keep praying to Krishna to help me be attracted to the holy name in pastimes. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ramo Hare Ramo 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo Hare Ramo 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo Hare Ramo 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ramo 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo Hare Ramo 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Rama, Rama Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Ra. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hey Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.